Solomon, your fashion tutor. Okay, so we'll just go ahead. Today we'll be drafting a basic sleeve. We're going to be using a very simple method, not something complicated, something very simple, a method that is very simple that you can easily grasp. You know, I told you in the beginning of this tutorial, these tutorials are very beginners friendly, okay? And please, I want to beg each and every one of you, please don't sell my tutorials and don't share them. That's why I make them very cheap, so that by the time you get it, you won't share it. If you have anyone who is interested, you can have them send me a message so that I will give them access to it when they pay. Alright, so I'll just go ahead. I'm very serious about you not sharing my tutorials. Ama Salon Stitches is a registered company. If you try anything funny, I have every right to sue you, and you won't like the outcome, trust me. So this is my intellectual property. Please don't share with anyone. Alright, having said that, let's just go ahead. This is the pattern paper. As you can see, it's on fold. I folded it like so into two, and this is the starting point. I wasn't sure if the upper part is equal, so I just came down by 1 inch, so that I will use this line here as my starting point. So I'll go ahead. The first thing you want to ask yourself is, what is the length of your sleeve? I am sure you must have watched my my accurate body measurement tutorial, so that you understand what I'm doing here. So from this point, we'll just go ahead and look for our length, the length of the sleeve. Let's make it 23 inches. Okay, 23 inches long. We have it here. So you also go ahead and look for the, what is it called? Yeah, the length is 23 inches. So you have to make a line there. So that's for the length. So you have to check if you want it to get to your elbow length. You have to look for the elbow. Then if you want it to get to your biceps, you also have to include the biceps measurement. So the biceps is 8 inches. So this is your 8 inches here. The biceps is the fullest part of your upper arm. Most people is 8 inches. Some people are even 5 inches, depending on how big the person is. So just measure yourself. So if you want it to be a short sleeve, like very short, you can even make it 5 inches. But let's just use 8 inches, alright? Let me just see. Okay, let's make it 5 inches. Alright? Yeah, let's make it 5 inches. This is 5 inches here, so this line is not part of it. Okay, so we'll go ahead now and get from this point, we'll get our elbow. The elbow is 12 inches long. Alright, so I'll just make a mark there, and then I will label it. So I'll label it. So I'll label it. This is our biceps. This is our elbow. And this is the length of the sleeve. SL. This is the sleeve length, okay? So what you want to do right now to get your what is it called? To get your cap height. The cap height, the measurement you're going to use for your cap height is your bust divided by 12. Let's assume your bust is 32 inches. You divide 32 inches by 12 plus half an inch. So 32 divided by 12, I think is 2.6. Yes, 2.6. Then 2.6 plus half inch gives you about the 3.1 inches. So I'll just make it 3.2. I'll make it 3.2 inches. Alright, so you just come here now. This is for your cap height. So if your bust is say bust 40, use the same formula. 40 divided by 12 plus half an inch. If your bust is 45, if your bust is 20, you just use your own applicable measurement. Alright, so in this case we're working with 3.2 for the cap height. So we'll come to the starting point now. We'll get our 3.2. This is 3 inches, is 3.2 inches here. This is it here. Okay, let me also put it here. 3.2 here. So I will just go ahead, I will rule a line. I will rule a line and I will label it cap. This is the cap line or cap height. I'll just leave it at cap. Okay, so the next thing you want to do now, on this cap height now, you want to impute your armhole. Remember, we already drafted a basic body, so we are working with that armhole. I'm going to take the measurement of that armhole and I'm going to impute it here. So this is it. This is the back, this is the front. I'll measure it now. So I have about 8.5 inches there. So I will impute it here. My paper is not that much, so let me leave it at 7 inches. My paper is not so wide, so I'll leave it at 7 inches. Okay, but we'll have about 8 inches on our armhole. So I will just mark here. So I'll extend the line. Okay, so you see the line here now. See the cap height. We added our measure from here to here is 3.2, and on this line we added our armhole. Okay, this is our armhole. From here to here is 7 inches, not about, it is 7 inches. Yes. So the next thing you want to do is to connect from here to the peak of your sleeve with a straight ruler. So with this ruler now, I'll just connect it like so. See, I've connected with the straight ruler, so I'll get the middle, the midpoint. This is 8 inches, right? So the midpoint now is 4 inches, so I will mark it like so. What I need to do now is, on this point, I'll grab my ruler. I'll just come here like so. I'll curve it in. So you see, I've gotten my curve, so I'll turn the ruler like so. I'll also curve it in here, like so. So this is it, okay? So the next thing you want to do is to impute other measurements, all right? So this bicep, the measurement we have there for the bicep is 12. Yes. The biceps is 10, the elbow is 12. Okay, the biceps measurement is 12 inches, all right? So 12 divided by 2 gives you what? Gives you 6, right? So I'm going to impute 6 inches here. 6 inches. Then the elbow, what I have there is I have 10. 10 divided by 2 gives me 5. So I have 5 here. And then the wrist, when you want to measure your wrist, please make sure you measure it like so. This is your wrist. This is your wrist measurement, right? So but